And welcome to the Daily Space Weather. I'm your host, Dan, aka smAsho Bash. And today we're wondering what's in your space weather. Is it fraud or is it facts? Just think about that. First thing we're doing is looking at the sun here, and welcome stargazers. Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Space Weather. This is three different wavelengths here, 304, 171, and 211 angstroms. I would note that the 211 and 171 angstroms are color changed. Normally they appear in sort of a purplish and a gold color. In this composite image, they're green and blue. The 304 is the same color. We don't see any features besides some coronal holes, and we are expecting a coronal hole wind stream. More on that shortly. Here's 171 angstroms, as well as the colorized magnetogram composite. And you can find all these from the SDO page. Just click on the data link, and it's the AIA-HMI browse data. You can find all those composites right there. Here's what's going on in the solar system. And there's where things will be in 1 week. Here's a star chart. If you're up before dawn and you have clear skies, you may see the moon. I like to use in-the-sky.org. And that yellow line is the ecliptic, on which the moon is currently right on top of. The 10.7 centimeter radial flux, a measurement of the outer solar corona, is at 73 solar flux units, as the sun has a little bit of a hiccup on its way back up to higher levels of activity, practically down to solar minimum here once again. And this black line here is the 10.7 centimeter radial flux, courtesy solon.info. And you can see here we are expecting geomagnetic unrest between 3 and 9 o'clock in the morning universal time tomorrow, as well as first thing in the morning on the 8th. So that could be a series of coronal hole wind streams. We'll keep you posted. If it goes into geomagnetic unrest conditions, we'll let you know here at youtube.com/smAshomash. Let's look at some custom views of the sun here. This is 193 angstroms, showing you 3 coronal holes there, one on the equator, one northwest of center, and one southwest of center. And the coronal hole wind stream we're expecting tomorrow morning is from this coronal hole. And we could see sort of a sputtering series of coronal hole wind streams as a result of those 3, the triad of coronal holes. Here's 304 angstroms, and I would also remind our viewers that there is still some possibility of coronal mass ejections. I won't actually forecast one this time, but there is significant plasma filament in between the Earth and Sun right now. That's all I'll say, since we're paid just this side of nothing to make the videos. And here's 131 angstroms as well. It's exactly 1 day of solar activity there. And next thing we're going to do is look at volcanoes. We've got a few more HelioViewer movies to show you at the end. So let's check on volcanoes, and let's check the live stream, as this is take 2, and I would prefer not to do this a third time, this is take 2, folks, as there were some bandwidth issues. So here is the volcanodiscovery.com page, volcanoes today. And today's list includes Abiko, producing a 10,000-foot ash plume, Ibu, producing an 8,000-foot ash plume in Indonesia, Sinabung, 10,000-foot ash plume as it explodes, Dukono also exploding, flight level 070. It's a 7,000-foot ash plume. Fuego, sporadic emissions and mild explosive activity. I don't know what's mild about an exploding volcano, but in Guatemala, that's the current situation. No word on the flight level above that. Revenador exploding, flight level 160. It's a 16,000-foot ash plume. And while we're unable to detect whether or not Sabancaya is erupting, please don't fly your ultralight aircraft or attempt to do the Fosbury flop over the caldera. It could be unhealthful, and we need the views on YouTube. Next, looking at earthquakes over the past 24. The largest of the past 24 was this 5.5 near the Loyalty Islands. We saw a few deep quakes, no major quakes, as the 7, 8, and 9 magnitude earthquake drought continues. So here's a deep quake over western South America in Argentina. There's a deep quake in Central America at Nicaragua. Otherwise, not a lot of activity. 5.2 at Indonesia. A deep quake near Tonga, the deep quake capital of the world, the area north of New Zealand. There's a 5.0 in the Caribbean, one of the largest we've seen in the Caribbean for quite a while. Shout out to Peter Schiff. Please share our content on your social media. Peter Schiff, real economist, former economic advisor to presidential candidate Ron Paul. A real economist. Speaking of real, our own website is real, and by the way, we are alt tech. We won't censor you, so don't make a fool of yourself on the forums. You can find all of our links at smAshomash.com. smAshomash.org will redirect you to smAshomash.com. Check out our merch shops. This one is brand new. Also our forum. Look for a recipe coming up soon there, thanks to Smash staff. There'll be a recipe for the chili we'll be having tomorrow on Super Bowl Sunday. And this smAsho stream was streamed live to twitch.tv/smAshomash. Thanks to our new follower over at Twitch. And please don't forget to press like and subscribe on YouTube. Next, I'd like to thank our patrons, the true source of funding for this content, as we make, again, just this side of nothing on the YouTube videos. So please share with your friends, foes, science noobs, and science pros, or better yet, become a patron. Patreon.com/smAshomash. Thanks again to our patrons, the true source of funding for the content. And the credit crawl will be updated soon, thanks to our new, old, and middle-aged patrons. If you don't press like and subscribe on YouTube, the video can't continue, and the place will continue to burn. See what's happening here to the Smash News Network? It's burning because you, yeah, that's right, you, haven't pressed like and subscribe yet. So please do so. Don't worry, we'll wait. You can pause. We'll be back. We'll still be here. That's the beauty of video on demand. And, oh my gosh, you must have pressed like and subscribe. Cheers. Also, please share the content in your social media. Check out our playlists as well, youtube.com/smAshomash/playlists. Like, subscribe, notify, and share. It's a project. We're also on BitChute. There is exclusive content there thanks to our BitChute subscribers. We'll be making another 400 subscriber special when we get there, and we'll be there soon. And let's do a cosmology segment real quick. Today's random number is 737. Since this is take 2, I've already pulled this up. And number 737 is, and by the way, we're looking at the Neil Gorell Swift Bat X-ray Observatory. Number 737 is H1755-338. It's a BHC, and I have no idea what that is. Black hole cloud, I have no idea. One thing I would note about this is that it's got a very steady transient outburst. It's almost right on the year. It produces a more significant X-ray flux, and that's 15 years worth of data. We don't see this showing up on the SIMBAD. It's in a heavily populated portion of space, and in all wavelengths, it's showing us a heap and helping of nothing. There it is on the Chandra, just darkness. Nothing on the XMM Newton, nothing on the Swift Bat flux, and nothing on the 2-mass. So, not exactly sure what that is. Perhaps we'll cover it more tomorrow. It's also known as V-star V4134 Sagittarius. Oh, there we go. It's a low-mass X-ray binary. Cheers. And again, maybe we'll cover that later tomorrow. If you want to follow X-ray transients yourself of your favorite objects, head to the Neil Gorell Swift Bat X-ray Observatory. For example, if you'd like to see what's going on with Sagittarius A-star, just type in SGR space A. It'll redirect you to entry number 691, and there are the transients, the X-ray transient outbursts from the galactic core of the Milky Way galaxy, Sagittarius A-star. And you can see it's actually gone into a quiescent state here over the past 2 weeks. This is the 16-year chart of the massive radio source at the core of the Milky Way galaxy known as Sagittarius A-star. And that's today's cosmology segment. let's continue on to some more data. First, let me take a look at the life of the stream. And thanks for leaving a comment, Kathy Garden. Good morning to you too as well. We don't see any solar flares happening over the past 3 days, or indeed the past week. There's the 3-day chart of the GOES X-ray flux. And we don't see any proton strikes either. We show it daily, as this is one of the most important aspects of a coronal mass ejection. That's also measured by the GOES 16 at about 300 kilometers altitude. Next, looking at the real-time solar wind to see a very steady solar wind over the past 24 hours. Current solar wind speed about 376 kilometers a second, basically background levels. Current solar wind density 5.26 protons per cubic centimeter. Nothing to write home about there. KP index currently at 0. That's a measurement of global geomagnetism for you new viewers. Here's 4 hours of data. It's a geospace magnetosphere movie showing pressure in nanopascals. And we see steady magnetohydrodynamic pressure over the past 4 hours. So nothing to write home about there. Here are the global magnetic perturbations. And we don't see very many. So this is the ground geospace magnetic perturbations. Geospace delta B means changes in the Earth's B field. Whenever you see delta in science data, it means change in. And this is measured in nanotesla. The scale is between 0 and 400 nanotesla. And if you didn't see what I said yesterday about the South Pole, the South Geomagnetic Pole, watch yesterday's daily space weather video. You can find that at youtube.com/smashomash/playlists. And we'll talk about that more at a later time. We don't want the video to be too long. It's the daily space weather. So here's the view from the poles. And we show magnetic information daily, especially since we are currently experiencing a geomagnetic excursion. Where will the poles go? Do you have a theory? Leave a comment. Next, looking at the GOES magnetometer over the past 3 days. And over the past 2 days, we see pretty low highs and high lows. A tight range as measured by the GOES 16. And let's see what's going on in more detail here on the Gong 2 data. So here you can see the Earth is solidly in a large South Pole-oriented current sheet shown there in red. And we're expecting to see some reductions in the amount of magnetism measured by the GOES 16 as a result of this plasma right here. That dense region of plasma there will show us weaker GOES magnetometer readings. Keep in mind the data is 2 hours and 7 minutes old and can change with no warning. And by the way, this data is gathered from 51 ground-based magnetometers as well as magnetometers on stereo A and B, which are located at Lagrange point 5 and Lagrange point 4. Next, looking at a line of sight field plot. This shows you the solar magnetogram to show you 0 areas of magnetic organization. It also shows you the sun's B field in which there are no major changes and the poloidal fields. These are the poloidal fields, by the way, otherwise known as the solar polar fields. And here's the line of sight coronal hole plot. Nothing to write home about there. Last but not least, we'll show you the coronal magnetic field plot. This will show you closed potential field surface source lines in pink and open ones in black if they're the poles, or open ones in purple if they're non-polar coronal holes. It's a chaotic environment. Speaking of chaotic environments, here's one that's less chaotic. It's the Earth's atmosphere, and let me just check the life of the stream once again. And it looks just fine this time. Let's hope it continues with good bandwidth. So here's just a diagram of the atmosphere. Keep in mind it's measured in kilometers. And that red F over on the right side there, that is the F ionosphere layer where the GOES 16 makes its measurements. Here's another diagram. It shows you Van Allen belts and spacecraft in miles. And we don't see any charging hazards as we move into the realm of the electron flux. Here's a 3-day chart. And I'm forecasting a little bit higher levels of electron flux here. I would expect us to get into warning levels. Our patrons are well aware of electron flux warnings as we put them up regularly. Patrons get all the information first, so again, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/smAshomash. Links to that at the homepage as well, smAshomash.com. So here's the 1-year chart of the electron flux from Solon.info, just to put that into context. And here's a visualization. This will show you GPS errors. The redder the area in which you are, the greater amount of GPS errors you could experience. You're likely to experience. And here we're showing the electron flux forecast. I would disagree with this forecast. Actually, I've changed my mind. I agree with that forecast because there's a coronal hole wind stream expected to strike tomorrow. I'm going to agree with this forecast. So maybe I should be glad I ended up doing a second take here. Next, looking at the ionosphere layer. And this is an animation of approximately 300 kilometers of altitude. Ionosphere looking quite normal here. Here's the latest image at 10:45 Universal Time. Check out the jet streams of the Western world. They are all over the place. We've got an anticyclone east of Greenland. We've got doubled up jet streams over the Atlantic Ocean. Extreme meridional jet stream flow just west of Europe. And this is like a diagram of extreme meridional jet stream flow. Look at it. It's going practically due south here and practically due north here. Normally the jet stream flows more zonally like this, not like this. It looks like Charlie Brown's shirt. And the jet streams of the eastern world are extremely chaotic as well. Check out the extreme bend off the east coast of Australia, going due south, as well as a tripled up jet stream there north of India. Extreme meridional jet stream flow. It's the way of the day. Next, looking at the U.S. Doppler radar map to see heavy snow over Nebraska, snow showers over the entire northeast, and some bands of rain over the southeast. Here's a pressure map. Here's where things are now. I would also note that we see high pressure dominating the entire northern region. That's all high pressure. And low pressure dominating the entire southern region. High in the north, low in the south. And we'll advance this into the GFS forecast for tomorrow. There's the GFS forecast for pressure at 12 noon tomorrow. And for you new viewers, if you're wondering where we're located about there in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Next, looking at the cloud layer. It's too dark to see the clouds. So we use the NASA GOES Interactive Weather Satellite Shortwave Radiation Map. It's 3.9 nanometers radiation. That is the wavelength. Here's the water vapor map. Once again, there's the cloud layer, and there's the water vapor map. We would recommend you use the water vapor map if your Doppler radar is not giving you good information. And that moisture over South Dakota and Nebraska is on its way into southern Minnesota and Iowa. So thanks again for tuning in, SMASH team. Thanks for promoting facts and not fraud by promoting our channel. We greatly appreciate it when we see people share our content on social media, etc. Cheers to the SMASH team. Visit our links, consider becoming a patron, etc. Don't forget to press like, subscribe, notify, and share on YouTube. And we've got bonus features in the form of the solar intensitygram and the colorized magnetogram in ultra-high resolution, if need be. But there's no need. Why? Because there are no sunspots. There's the intensitygram to show you zero umbrae. And there is the colorized magnetogram to show you no areas of extreme magnetic organization. Let's close things out with some more views of the local yellow dwarf. First, allow me to vanish. Here's 335 angstroms. Thanks for stargazing, by the way. Here's 94 angstroms. The emerald green tones may bring up ideas about jade and emerald, or perhaps British racing green. It's 94 angstroms. And last but not least, here's 171 angstroms. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. Before we close things out, one more time, what's in your space weather? Is it fraud or is it facts? Let us know in the comments. In any case, welcome to the Neo-Renaissance. Thanks again for viewing. May that solar wind be at your back and that covidiously absent from your locale.